So, good evening, Sir Thomas Wesley po. Uh, we are students assigned to do this virtual interview about communication in a workplace. So, uy! So,
Wait
so,
lang.
sige, okay lang yan.
I-translate kasi. Wait.
Sige, okay lang yan. Ah, sir, may mga questions lang po kami regarding po sa mga tao po na nakikipagsapalaran na po sa industry. So, kayo po yung napili namin, sir, sa gagawin namin na to. Kaya, salamat po sa pag pag-accept ng invitation. So, okay sir, umpisa na
Mm.
tayo sir. Yung una kong tanong, as part of the workplace, what are the common problems that you've encountered in terms of communication?
Okay. So first of all, I would like to introduce myself. Ako si Thomas Wesley, team lead sa TaskUs, which is a BPO company. So I've been there for almost 3 years and handle a team of 16 people. Now, to answer your question, this is with regards to issues when it comes to communication. Since we're on the pandemic era or the pandemic stage, which actually started March pa. So this has been a very important year for us dahil number one, uh, we only have limited resources when it comes to communication. So since in the technological age as of now, marami na tayong ways for us to get in touch with whom we want to get in touch with. For example, we have Messenger, we have Gmeet, we have Zoom, we have emails, yung mga ganyang bagay niya. Now, to answer your basic question with regards to issues is number one, yung connectivity issues ng mga tao natin. So there are so many issues like mahina yung signal. Number two is that yung mga phones natin is really not that capable on dealing with connection issues. Minsan naglalag, minsan nalulose connection yung meeting. So if there should be something that's has been communicated, for example yung mga meetings natin, just like this one, kung tuloy-tuloy tayo, at least somehow there would be or the message that's being conveyed to the people 100% understanding. So um, number three, number three, pagdating sa communication, hindi lahat ng tao can easily remember what's been communicated. Kaya nga meron din tayong tinatawag na um, tawag dito, hard copies of everything, or for example yung mga MOM or minutes of the meeting or email, um, tawag dito, yung pagsasend ng email to everybody knowing that even though we've already conversed, at least they will be able to remember kung ano yung nag-transpire dun sa conversation through email. So at least we will all be able to identify yung mga ganong klaseng best practices when it comes to communication.
Thank you sir. So, question number 2. Today, our world is facing a global pandemic. So, how would you manage to maintain the communication in your other workmates?
Okay. So, good question. So, as I've mentioned before, marami tayong forms of communication. We have emails, we have messenger, we have tawag dito, yung mga pantawag, di ba? So, kumbaga, there's no excuse for that person to not be being able to reach or able to relay that message. Pero syempre, as I've stated before, we still have those common issues when it comes to those kinds of information. Kaya lalo na sa yun nga, lalo na sa ganitong panahon, if nag-uusap na tayo, so meron pa rin tayong mga issues na nawawalan ng signal, 'di ba? So that's already in general. Pero syempre, meron tayong mga uh, alternate ways of giving them the information that they need. Again, we can, kung wala tayong signal, pwede naman tayong mag-send ng email, pwede naman tayong mag-message na lang through text. There's a lot of ways for us to communicate. Pero even though naroon tayong mga difficulties ngayon meeting up with people, we can still come up with something na para ma-send pa rin natin yung message sa kanila. So, dito sa, for example, based dito sa amin sa office, even though we're already working from home, we can still communicate with our superiors using Gmail, Zoom. So, kung again, walang nakakakuha ng message, pwede naming gamitan yon, or we could also send them yung minutes of the meeting. So at least if they have any questions at all, they could just reply to that email. Ganun lang siya. Ganun lang siya.
Okay. So, question number 3. Would you recommend online meetings nowadays? Why?
Okay. Mas maganda kasi yung online meetings because parang parang it's a it's an online handshake to everyone, knowing na nakikita mo yung tao na matagal mo nang hindi nakita, 'di ba? Parang katulad sa ibang bansa. So, halimbawa, nag-start nga yung pandemic natin ng March, and up until now almost mag-1 year na tayo. So, hindi na natin nakikita yung isa't isa, 'di ba? So, the feeling is actually very exciting. The feeling is mutual somehow, and you will be able to express that kung nakikita mo sila, even though you're just doing online.
Okay, sir. Ate Nika, may tanong si Ate Nika.
Sige, go.
Yun nga po, bago ako magtanong, panibago, papakilala muna ako. Ako po si Nika Flores. So, kaklase nila ako, nila Franklin. So, may mga last 2 questions lang po sana ako na gusto ko din malaman galing sa inyo. So, pang-apat na to, no? Question number 4, what are the factors affecting the communication you face in terms of online meetings?
Okay. Actually, there's only 2 na nagiging challenge namin. One, the understanding when it comes to relaying instructions. And number 2, yung execution. So why did I say that? Kasi even though, tulad ng introduction ko kanina, I handled 16 people. So they are actually required to go online. So while they're doing their calls, every day, kailangan nakabukas yung webcams nila. So I could also actually hear or see or what they're actually doing on a daily basis. So, ang medyo mahirap lang doon is when I give an instruction, kahit na English man siya or Tagalog, it's very difficult, or there's some minor lang naman, minor challenges when it comes to execution. Say for example, we actually deal with logistics. Pag sinabi mo kay teammate or sinabi mo kay agent, okay. So kapag magko-consult ka sa akin when it comes to our clients asking na bakit hindi nakarating yung aming shipment, so magko-consult si teammate sa akin ngayon. So you should actually know and identify kung ano yung nagiging root cause nun. Kumbaga, root cause meaning yung pinanggalingan. So if you're unable to understand those things or to ask the right questions, mali yung maibibigay mong sagot. So that's why you need to probe. Meron tayong tinatawag na probe. Di ba? Katulad sa inyo, since you're IT peeps, nag-fix kayo ng mga computers, right? So, syempre, may mga questions din ng mga magiging customers ninyo one day na bakit ganito? Hindi bumubukas yung PC ko. So, kahit hindi ako technical na person, I'll be able to ask you the right questions and you will be able to teach me how to fix or to troubleshoot correctly. Diba? So, once you give your instruction correctly, you will be able to execute your instruction correctly.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir. So, last question sana, sir. What major challenges and problems have you and your workmates face? How did you handle them?
Okay. That's also a good question. Kasi number one, pagka nasa BPO tayo or nasa call center tayo, mga ganyang bagay, you should be able to handle stress. So, stress meaning, meron tayong mga tao na nalilate. So, di ba nga, as I've mentioned from the first three questions, na yung nagiging challenge natin doon is that kahit nasabihan mo sila na pumasok ng maaga or they should notify me beforehand kung mag-absent sa para at least we will be able to know the proper or the exact head count kung sino talagang papasok within that day. Kasi we actually have a lot of meron tayong tinatawag na ano tawag dito? Forecast. For example, what I mean to say ng forecast is that halimbawa, tayong tatlo or tayong apat, no? So, ikaw, Nika, is actually our team lead. So, you are actually expecting us to be present 100%. Forecast, ang ibig sabihin niyan is that kada calls na papasok sa atin, we actually can actually accommodate at least 10 calls per day. Ngayon, kaya siya tinawag na forecast is because expected na meron tayong matatanggap na 40 calls in a day. So, pag merong absent isa na hindi nag-notify, even though marami tayong forms of communication, di ba nga, we have email, text, Zoom, or Meet, whatever, yung mga calls na yun, mapupunta sa inyo. So, that's one of the major factors that affects kung bakit hindi tayo nakakapag-execute ng tama. So, number 2 is, pagka mayroong mga tao na hindi pumasok, for example, ikaw again, Nika, ikaw ang team lead, hindi ako nag-inform sa'yo. So, how will you be able to deal with that kind of behavior? So, syempre, as a team lead, ikaw ang boss namin, di ba? So, anong gagawin mo ngayon dun sa tao mo na yun? So, of course, you will be able to issue sanctions or corrective actions to that person na hindi nagsabi sa iyo boss, kasi hindi ako makakapasok. Okay, for what reason? Diba? So those are the actual two. So one is stress, again, to recap. One is stress, and number 2, insubordination. So, syempre kayo din pagdating ng araw, you will be able to handle people as well and to deal with people na regardless of race. Yun yung dalawang major factor that you need to think about and be able to come up with an action plan para pag dumating yung mga araw na naka-encounter na naman kayo ng tao, at least you'll be able to somehow work on this.
Okay. So,
Thank you, sir.
yun lang yung questions namin for you, sir. So, thank you. Thank you for your time, sir. Session na sa abala.
Thank you. Walang problema.
Thank you,
Ah,
sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.